Hey, it's me, Poodawg3, and what's up, guys? Today I am starting a new series here on the Poodawg Plus YouTube channel where I give proper director's commentaries of each Poodawg 3. Well, I'm gonna do the Grunch too, but I'm gonna do a proper commentary of each movie. And yeah, I think it would be a fun idea now that I kind of know what I'm doing. And sometimes maybe I'll have a guest on. Maybe I'll have like Ethan if it's something that we kind of made together, aka the Grunch. But for now, I'm going to give my definitive. I've made a director's commentary of this before. I didn't know what I was doing. I'm gonna talk. I'm gonna yap. This is gonna be a long video. So if you just want to listen to like a person yap for a good 43 minutes, then yeah, just get some food, I guess, and listen to this. I know how hard it is to eat without watching YouTube. So you got a long meal if you want to watch this. All right, and without further ado, how about we watch this movie together? I mean, you won't be able to hear like the parts with copyrighted music, which that's a lot of of the movie. That's my bad. That's my bad. All right, but anyways, let's start the movie. Um, and yeah, whenever I say it was my bad, it is 100% my fault because don't know if you guys knew this. I made this year. I made this. Sorry, I made this movie my sophomore year of high school. So I was like 15 years old. I I'll give you an insider thing real quick. The Poodawg 3 movie, the original, it didn't really have much of a script. I mean, it had a script, but the script was never really followed. Like it kind of just turned into an outline. Like the script, we had a script and it had dialogue, and I think that could be a fun video one day if we read the original script of the Poodawg movie. Now that like the Clone Saga's done, which whenever I said the Clone Saga, what I meant was kind of just everything that I had planned up until that point was kind of just over. Like obviously, whenever I wrote the Poodawg movie, the first one, I didn't think that people would care as much as they did, so I kind of just wrote lore and stuff for this movie. I kind of I kind of expanded upon it a little bit. I mean, with Day of the Dog, I definitely expanded on it a lot more because we brought Poodawg 2 back. Obviously, why are you watching the director's commentary if you don't want spoilers? Whatever, he dies in this one. But Poodawg 2, it was just Poodawg 2. I'll get to that whenever I get there. But yeah, we had to bring him back, and that like kind of expanded the world a little more. And then we added magic into it, and then which we had magic in this one because of like the Apple Pen, but it was heavily enhanced with like the time loop aspect. But yeah, and then Bahumdog, that's an interesting one because I'll try to explain the lore of Bahumdog whenever I get to the actual Bahumdog director's commentary. But yeah, that one was kind of interesting too. Sorry guys, I just burped. If anyone, that was disgusting. um, but yeah, that's I hope they didn't pick up on the mic. But yeah, okay. So the don't trust dog thing, I eventually, I make up an explanation for it with don't trust dog because this guy right here that's talking, that is the anti dog. The anti dog is was a character that was named when I wrote Poodawg Origins. This was supposed to be just me talking to myself, talking to my evil inner demons. Ooh, how scary! This is the kind of stuff a 15-year-old makes up, guys, and that a almost 20-year-old has to keep expanding upon because we think it's fun and funny. And now he's in film school and is basing his whole life around the choice that he made this movie. Yep. um, but now we're in the Chuck E. Cheese scene. This scene is very interesting, because not only is Chuck E. Cheese is all about fun blasting in the background, it's playing because my idiot 15-year-old brain didn't understand that all of this sound of children and Chuck E. Cheese music would be a big issue for whenever I edited the movie. That's that was a big deal because I got to the footage and I was like dying because I realized, oh no, I have to put ambiance in this. Oh no, I'm editing this scene and I have to put ambiance of children playing, and I have to have a Chuck E. Cheese song playing the entire time. This is ruining it. Oh no, what am I gonna do? I thought I was just gonna be able to get away with using JoJo music in the background of this, like every other scene in this movie. I don't know, but yeah, the this whole thing, you know, pays homage to me blowing up because of FNAF, which blowing up is a strong word. It didn't really blow me up. It kind of just catapulted me into 1,000 subscribers, which there's a lot of things that can do that now. If YouTube Shorts existed back then, I definitely would have been doing that if I only had 100 subscribers, which I honestly should be doing because it's a great thing. By the time I do it though, it's gonna not be a thing, and people aren't gonna care about YouTube Shorts by the time I end up doing it. That's usually how I follow trends. But this part where Ratman is exploring is very interesting. I think I covered this in the previous unlisted director's commentary, but yeah, this scene was filmed in a GameStop that Rajan Ratman just got rejected from a few weeks prior. And that was like the funniest thing ever because he had to ask the woman, I think it was, that rejected his job, hey, can we film in here with the Rat Man costume? It was a silly situation. And so is this next part where he runs into the bathroom to go change because I was recording, luckily I was 15, was recording the outside of a Chuck E. Cheese bathroom. That could have gone horribly bad. Terribly, horribly bad. And but it didn't. There was a man who walked out of it and he was kind of just in total shock and awe at the fact that I was recording a man dressed like a rat coming out of the bathroom. I'm glad his costume doesn't look more rat-like because that could have been worse. But this scene was the first scene that we recorded for the Poodawg movie. So the shots are very weird. I kept trying to do cool things. That was a cool transition. I'll admit that. Where I panned into another pan. That wasn't half bad. But a lot of this is when we kind of still followed the script. And then we realized, oh wait, all the people in this are not actors. And I gave Raph the entire Yoshikage Kira speech customized to his character, and yet he couldn't say that. But which is understandable because we were high schoolers. He was not an actor. He didn't even do like school plays. I gave this man a monologue, and of course he couldn't memorize the whole thing. That's not his forte. I was being a dummy dumb, and that wasn't good of me. Like the "you're going down" sniper, that was supposed to be like about a minute of dialogue. It was a monologue. Yeah, I was right. But why did I do that? I don't get it. Yeah, and that gun, guys, I'll say it here first because that gun shows up a whole lot in this series. The gun was a prop gun. It is not a real gun. I know it doesn't have a tip or anything on it, but it used to be a BB gun that was cleaned out. There's nothing in that gun. We have fired it into the air at like a tree many times to make sure there was nothing in that gun. And trust us, the gun is safe, but we cannot go in public in it because it does not have a tip or anything that makes it look fake. It is just very realistic looking, and we will probably get confronted or arrested if we have that gun in public. And that was a terrible bullet shot that I killed QST Sniper with. One of my biggest things making this is I really want to remake this movie now with my expertise. Not expertise, that was an overstatement. now with the knowledge, I guess I can say, of how to actually make a film, maybe it will be a little better. Probably won't be still too good, but I don't know. Like right now, if you're noticing, I have broken the 180. I didn't know I did this in this scene, but Raph kind of just is in the spot of Emily and vice versa. Like when it cuts back and forth, that the 180 is an invisible line between two characters that you're not supposed to cross because it's going to look really weird. Just noticing that scene breaks the 180. Also, in this scene, it breaks continuity because QST Sniper is indeed alive on that golf cart back there. I don't, you can't see him, but that's QST Sniper back there. Um, yeah, this scene, I think this scene was pretty much scripted and followed through, but at this point in the movie, I start asking myself, why did I have so many cutaways when I wrote this? And that dolly zoom, I don't know why we did a dolly zoom, and it worked. It worked. It looked really good, but I don't know why we did it. Besides the fact that Zach on set said, "Hey guys, let's do something like that cool shot in Jaws," and we were like, "Yeah, that's cool. We'll do it." And now that I'm thinking about it, the shot he was talking about was not the dolly zoom in the movie. That was not at all what he was talking about. Like there is a dolly shot in that movie, but I don't. It's not the shot he was talking about. Wasn't it? It was like someone. It was like a zoom in on someone on a pier. It was not the shot where like he sees the shark. It's not. It wasn't it. This line was also improvised, and I don't know why I didn't direct this part because I wasn't in frame. But yeah, Baked Cookies was also improvised because we realized we didn't write Ethan into the scene at all. We realized, I mean, if I tell you this right now, I promise you won't tell anybody. But Ethan Johnson was not in the original draft of the Poodawg 3 movie, and only because of the fact that the person that Ethan was supposed to be backed out. Ethan was in the movie. He, for some reason, he wrote the script with us. He didn't think to add himself in the movie. I guess he just didn't think he was that much a part of the gang or whatever. He was. He was definitely a part of the squad, the Poodawg crew or whatever. But I don't know why he wasn't in the original script. I will never understand how we missed him to this day. But yeah. And then some of these bits where like Zach says Riley instead of really, that's not scripted, and that's kind of just Zach saying, "Hey, wouldn't it be cool if we did this?" And we ended up doing it. So yeah, Zach, they call him the improviser. Also, Zach, whenever we filmed this, I know I'm talking about Zach a lot right now, but if you've seen Dog Talks, you understand that's kind of just how it goes. I don't know why, but usually, when we would film the scenes, since Zach is the twist villain, he didn't, and we filmed the scenes out of order. He didn't really realize when he was evil and when he wasn't. Even though I'd say, "Oh, you're good at this part," and then like the shoot before he was evil. So he's like, "Wait, but why didn't we? Why am I good now?" And I'm like, "It's just a thing, man. You're a twist." But he loves playing a villain though, so that's why I keep bringing Evil Zach back. That was my first usage of wild lines because Adam, those barely synced up with what Adam said. I don't know. I don't know why I even got wild lines on this. But also, crazy, crazy thing I did here was another monologue. Good thing Rajan had experience like acting and stuff and experience in the world of film because this one right here, this like 3 minute monologue from Rajan, he he improvised this entire thing. This entire thing was improvised because he kind of just looked at all the clues on the board and watched Ethan's lore video that is do not watch it anymore. It is entirely inaccurate. But it's he just kind of improvised everything, and that's crazy that I made him do that. I think about that a lot. Why did he improvise this entire scene? Because and then another thing is when you rewatch this movie multiple times, it's good for a first viewing because you understand where the Poodawg character has been. But I feel like this is the scene should have been named exposition because I could have set this stuff up a little different, but I didn't, and I don't know. It's really weird. Also, I'm pretty sure that one may break. I think this one may break the 180, or it's just kind of weird. It's shot a little weird. I don't think it does. I think I did the 180 wrong, which is weird. Because, like, he's looking over to Adam over his left shoulder. I don't know. I think I did it right. No, because Ethan's computer should have... Also, by the way, this is not a dorm at all. This is Ethan's bedroom that you can see in episodes of Dog Talk. There's Taylor, Todd, and Aiden Avocado. They don't upload anymore. But they were a big part of, like, everything before. Hey, it's a mustache now, Rajan. Calm down. It was barely a mustache. He had a point. Yeah, I don't know why he was so salty about it in the movie, but I did have a little peach fuzz, and it wasn't a mustache. I know, Rajan. But yeah. Also, there's a reference to later in the movie when he throws the books at Zach. Those books are from the Nostalgia Critic, so the NC has been involved in this from day one, from movie one. Nostalgia Critic Doug Walker, he's been involved in all of this. But yeah. Also, all these cards were drawn and put on the board the day of filming. So that was fun. And they don't connect to anything. Like, if you follow the lines, they don't really make a story. Also, is it weird that kind of works? The Poodawg being read from Among Us? He's the imposter. Because he's not what he thinks. His theory is wrong. His theory is 100% wrong, but he's also 100% right. Which is really weird.
I'm trying to watch the Poodawg 3 movie and it won't progress if you keep talking.
I don't know. I don't know what Rajan was on, but it kind of fits, but it also kind of doesn't fit. I don't know. I'm yapping. Let me stop yapping.
Oh, that makes sense.
But I was always a big fan of those Ratman transitions. Those are fun. I think it looks a lot better in the Poodawg movie too when I bring it back. And I really wish I could have helped with the Ratman movie. He kind of that was his own thing. I wish he would have asked for help with that because I think having a Ratman transition in the Ratman movie would have been a cool reference. But yeah. Also, this movie's kind of bad, but it's also there's parts that are low key really funny. And people watching the Poodawg movie, I feel like the stages of watching the Poodawg movie are kind of, this is dumb. This is the Poodawg movie. I'm not going to watch it. Then they start watching it and they're like, this is so stupid and funny. And then they hit you with a twist and you're like, what? This is crazy. Either everyone has teamed up behind my back and all agreed, every person on Earth has agreed, oh yeah, we're going to have this exact same reaction to Emile's movie. Or it's just a genuine thing that everybody freaks out about in the same exact way. This scene, I don't know, this scene has grossed a lot of people out, but at this point in the movie, a lot of people are locked in. And it's really strange to me how locked in they are. But, yeah. I'll never understand it. I'm happy. I made this. This is my baby. The Poodawg movie will always be my baby and will be my... hopefully it won't be forever. Be my YouTube movie with the most views. But this this is always going to be my baby and my first experience making a movie. And I can always, whatever movie I make now, I can always look back at this and say, did I do it a little better? And I think I have. I think I have improved. Film school or not, I think, yes, I have. Um, yeah. But, and obviously, the dude from Family Guy, that's a callback to the Family Guy in real life parody that we did. I don't know why I did this. I still don't know why I decided to do this bit. I don't. I really don't know why I decided to do this bit. I wasn't even a big SNL fan, but I left it in and I did it. But I don't know. This movie's so random at points, and it doesn't make sense at points. But I think that's kind of the charm of my 15-year-old mind. I was proud of that joke. I remember when I was like, "You gotta say that was the wrong fancy piece of paper." He was like, "Why? It's not that funny." And I was like, "Yeah, it's really funny." I don't know why that was. I don't know why this shot was always the hardest one. I could have done it in multiple different takes, but I didn't. Like Zach's entire head is cut off. I don't know. I'll never understand my 15-year-old mind. And this scene also, by the way, we didn't finish. Like, it's not framed properly or anything. It, like that wasn't supposed to be the final shot in that. Andrew and Raph had lines that we didn't record. You know, it really would have helped if we had used the script. Why didn't we use the script? I'll never understand. We use the script now, guys. Don't worry. Do not fret. Also, this director's commentary is kind of difficult to make because I don't remember what stories I've shared on the internet before, but it doesn't matter because I'm just hoping that you guys have never watched those and you've watched these. You've watched this video. I don't know. I'm yapping too much and it's weird. I'm yapping to the point where my brain isn't like keeping up with what my mouth is saying. So it's going to be fun editing this one together. Yeah, I got to get the Epic Victory Royale. I love this. Love how it cuts to black outside. It's totally dark. We'll just say those are shaded windows. We'll say it's daytime in there, but it's just those windows are tinted. We'll say that. Also, you can see there's a mirror at the end of the hallway. Why did I shoot it like this? I don't know why I did like a following. I don't know. I don't know. I think I broke my tripod while filming this movie. That's why most of it is kind of handheld shots. But also, a lot of people don't understand Poodawg 2 whenever he shows up. But I don't know. I like Poodawg 2, and I also like the fact that I could never find Quackers when we filmed the Poodawg movie. And that's the reason why he's with Rubber Chicken. And that became a big thing in the Poodawg movies. My lazy 15-year-old self didn't know where Quackers was. And it just became Poodawg 2's driving motivation was to find this little duck. I don't know. But that's what it's mistakes can cause masterpieces. I think that's the moral of this story. But, yeah. Also, this scene was the largest culprit of the fact that I didn't use a script. The biggest culprit, because this is the part where I notice, oh wait, people are checking their phones because they're bored. Because I get bored during this scene. This movie has works in wonders of getting people to subscribe to my channel and care about my film career. But this scene, not a lot of people have liked. Few have liked.
Are you like one of those stands on Twitter? You try to act like you're Poodawg. I think I heard about you. You're one of those.
That doesn't matter anymore. Because this scene is bad. No matter what people say, the scene is bad. Even if they're like, oh, it's a good scene. You wrote it well. I didn't write it. This was an improv scene between Ethan and I, who didn't discuss anything. The camera turned on, and we started yelling at each other. There's an extra 2 minutes of this that just didn't get out. Because, honestly, good on editing me, who was like, oh, people are going to get bored if I have all, like, 4 minutes of this yelling and screaming. But, yeah, also I eventually will retcon the fact that he's almost to 100 subscribers. That's retconned. I'll admit that right now. Any of you lore keepers out there, and sorry I'm doing so many like in it because this is my first like director's commentary where I don't stop yapping. Like I'm making this like a podcast. Probably should have got a water before I filmed. I will whenever I do Day of the Dogs, which is gonna be next. I don't have a specific date. I haven't had a specific date for this one. I kind of just was like, you know what? I'm not doing anything today. Let's watch the Poodawg movie. But yeah, so any of you lore keepers out there, the fact that Poodawg3 had 100 subscribers when he dies is retconned and can be said to be, he is just insane. That's all we can say. That's all we'll say on that. Because Poodawg3 was in a room for like 3 years. I don't remember off the top of my head, but like Frank Cohn, the lore keeper, I guess, yeah. Also, this is bad too, but it's not as bad. Also, this was a fun fact about this one, animated by the wonderful Zach Attack 275. He now does a lot of animations for Gaming Bro Jr. Sorry, I outed him like that. But back then, he used to do a lot of animations for me. And I brought up the fact one time that we should do an animation where Ethan... This is supposed to be what Ethan reads in the file. He finds out how clones work and stuff, but it didn't come across really like that. And I just didn't film Ethan finding out what's in the file. And I had 2 musical numbers in a row instead, because Zach animated that thing. I always complain because he gave it to me like the day before the movie came out. But luckily he did, because there would be no reason, it wouldn't make sense. Like, Zack Attack all along wasn't needed either, but I don't know. I think the interesting thing about Zack Attack all along is that people who haven't seen WandaVision, some people think it's an original song. And that's crazy to me. That is insane to me that you think I did this. But I'll take credit. I'll take credit, and I'll give credit to the people on Fiverr that sang this. I think that's in the description of the original Poodawg movie. I don't remember exactly who on Fiverr sang it, but they have left a legacy on so many little minds in the world. But Angry Birds hat.
Yeah,
I do.
All right. Wait, what are y'all doing? I'm gonna win. No, you're not. Yes, I am.
I don't understand what, because in my head I wasn't making a sexual innuendo whenever we did that scene. It was just, I don't know what my thought process was of that, because people were like, oh, that's funny. But, oh, here we go. Okay. I love Tyler. But, me personally, as the director, could never really get behind this character, even though I brought it up a few times now. But I just think it's funny to bring up the fact that he thought, because Tyler is another culprit of not reading the script. Tyler, I never wrote any of the Kamala Harris stuff. Oh, Poodawg2's dead. That's how Poodawg2 dies. But he's not really dead, guys. Come on. Should have done a post-credit scene where Poodawg2 comes back to life, but didn't think that through, you know. The Tyler thing, though, as I was saying, the fact that he thinks he's Kamala Harris wasn't supposed to be in the movie at all. He was just kind of Tyler from the T-Squad, and that's just about it. I don't know. He thought it would be funny, and we've brought it up. One of the last lines in the Clone Saga is me saying we met Kamala Harris. So, yeah. Also, I've learned recently that that line of "I'm not calling you a liar, I'm calling you a truther" is from Drake and Josh. I didn't know that. I found that out in the year of our Lord 2024, and the Poodawg movie has been a thing since 2021. I didn't know because recently I've just started telling people I'm not calling you a liar, I'm calling you a truther, and I didn't know it was from Drake and Josh. I didn't know that. It's just interesting to me that I had a joke, a reference to something in my movie that I didn't know was a reference. Also, this call 100% was supposed to be for Luke Bookvault. Luke Bookvault was supposed to make this call to Zach. But for some reason, we're like, oh no, because like we had time to film. Like, I'm trying to think of the day when we filmed the Luke scenes. But we had time to film him doing this, but it was a lot. We just were like, no, we filmed it with Tyler already, so Tyler's gonna have it. So I don't know. Tyler gets his time to shine in this, and eventually, whenever I do the amount of time that every character has been in every movie, the Poodawg movie will be a great thing for Tyler, because this is like, I think this is like, besides, does he show up in anything else besides the Family Guy videos? I don't think so. I think he just shows up in this. And then we just... Oh, no, he shows up in the Poodawg movie, too. This is true, because I really wanted him to be in the Poodawg movie, too. Because he hadn't been in anything else. So I figured, he'd just be a constant for every... And if we do a Poodawg movie 3 eventually, I'll try to get Tyler in on that. And you know what? He'll represent the vice president of whoever it is by then. Whenever that movie comes out. Not saying it's going to come out in the next 4 years. Not saying it's going to come out in the next 8 years. Who knows when that movie's going to come out? I'm not making any promises. Maybe it will come out this year. Who knows? I don't know. It's not coming out this year, guys. Do not get your hopes up. Also, this bit where we call Luke Scott the Woz only works if you've seen Scott the Woz. Because there's a lot of people who don't know who Scott the Woz is, and they just think that we've just entered the world of Luke. Luke doesn't have this theme song or anything. I made this intro for Luke. I think that was his intro. That was his intro, I believe. But with the Scott the Woz theme. But yeah, I also thought it was cool to get Luke Bookvault in this because he was like the biggest. It was like the Fixture channel that kind of caught traction, and at this time I was doing a lot of the Fixture channel stuff. I've kind of phased out of the Fixture channel stuff. I don't really find much like. I don't find much like happiness. I guess that's the word in making Fixture channels. Guys, I am sorry. I'm gonna cut it out the audio, but I keep call me Burpdog3, bro, because I keep burping today. I think I just need water. My mouth is just so dry right now. But did I break the 180 there? I did. I break the 180 in about just every scene in the Poodawg movie 1. I think I get better with it on accident, but I don't know. Most of the Poodawg movie, looking back at it, kind of just looks like found footage on my phone that I kind of just compiled together, which I guess gives it its own little charm. But oh, that's good continuity. Ethan's in the background. Also, if this was made in 2023, they 100% would have been an AI use of Joe Biden, which I don't want to use AI for any of my things. especially because of the industry I want to get into. That's AI is a no-no. I'm not going to use that anymore. I've learned. I've used it to make funny photos, but that's just about it. I think it's getting too big. Can't be using that.
I'm not doing anything. I'm just making sure we got everything ready before,
I like that bit as well because Poodawg3 famously likes play buttons.
This game blows.
I mean, I've made paper play buttons, cardboard play buttons, wooden play buttons, soap play buttons, the fake golden play button that I have in the background. This Scott the Waz outro goes on way too long, and people think that Luke is in the middle. He's not, guys. He's not. But yeah, Poodawg3 has always had a fascination for play buttons, and I think it was a great little bit that he actually got to hold a silver one.
Oh, Poodawg. I see you brought your gang of LARPers. A clone.
Also, the cut to final battle is kind of sudden. Like, there was supposed to be a scene, I think, of like us preparing for it, but like, dude, this is happening like so fast. This is so quick.
Oh, hold on. I can fix this.
I don't know. But
No! What's the problem? I can always make another one. You know what?
also, I guess he does make another one because Andrew is fine. Or we could just say that Andrew didn't actually die and we just thought he died because they're dumb. But Andrew, I mean, he was shot by Nerf bullets. I think it's fine. I think that's going to be in my retcon. You guys heard it here first. That's the reason Andrew dies, because it was Nerf bullets. Also, these lightsabers, the effort I put in did not match the amount of love and respect that these lightsabers get. I get it. They don't look good. They don't look good at all. But, like, the lightsabers took me way too long. The movie could have came out a week before if I didn't do these lightsabers. But
Okay.
also, should have fully developed the anti-dog thing. Because that scene, what do I do? What do I do? What do I do? What do I do? That was dumb. It was kind of dumb. I like that part though. This is pretty funny. Like, obviously, this movie, you know, yeah, Rat Man, he be pulling up. Don't know why I got the Rat God costume. Rajan, thankful. He did a great job of explaining that in his film, the Rat Man movie. But I don't know why I was like, nah, when you pull up, you need to have your Rat God costume. I don't know. Whatever. And also his Ratman cape is upside down in this. But we've decided that this is just Ratman's final boss. Whenever he gets to the climax of the film, or like the final battle of the film, he has it upside down. I think he wears it upside down in every final battle. Like, he wears it upside down in the Poodawg movie 2 for the final battle. He wears it in the Ratman movie for the final battle. He wears it here for the final battle. And I think there's another thing he's in where he kind of wears it as like, oh yeah, I did it in the Christmas special. In the most recent Christmas special, he wears his cape upside down once they're like done adventuring, because it's like he has to go to the final battle of facing off against this girl he has to like let down. I thought it was a funny little production tale. But yeah. We did it, Joe. Yep. This aged like milk. Love that. Also, Luke being in one movie is like criminal. Why wouldn't we have Luke in more movies? Like, he was an established character in movie 1, but we didn't do anything with him.
The last thing I did was working on the Conan video, I believe. Oh, Mason.
Same for Dr. Mason.
Have you been having any multiple personality issues? You know, forgetting different parts of the day?
Dr. Mason should have been in more. I feel like we could have we could have had a hospital scene or two. Especially like when Poodawg 3, spoiler alert guys, when Poodawg 3 dies in Poodawg movie 2, we could have went to the hospital or something instead of just being like, oh yeah, he's so dead. I don't know. Also, the superpowers thing I have answered in a previous canon video before, but that was just because that's what we were going to do. We were going to do superpowers. Also, favorite thing I've ever done, ended my first movie with, guys, we should make a movie about this. I think that's really funny. But yeah, I think I did it in the I think I did it in the sequel. I believe I did. There's no way I didn't, because I'm so proud of that. Also, I like that I used bloopers in the credits, and I showed the first video they've ever appeared on. Crazy Emily only showed up in this video for the first time. But most of my friends, they've showed up for the first time in the Family Guy video. Also, I didn't credit him as Adam Lott, his real name, because I said, hey, I didn't for Tyler either, because whenever I asked, hey, can I use your full name in the credits, they straight up told me no. And I was like, oh, okay. And then I find out years later, they were like, oh, no, you could have used my name. I was just messing with you. Why would you mess with me in a situation like this? That was a very serious question. Whatever. I don't know. It's just a funny little story. I feel like that's most of this director's commentary is kind of just me saying, oh, it's just funny. Or, well, or which, or, but. Also, fun fact about this scene, the post-credit scene was not supposed to be Adam saying, QST Sniper is still alive! It was supposed to be us walking into Rajan's dorm and QST Sniper and Adam finishing the movie. And that was supposed to be like a cliffhanger, like, oh my god, he's still alive? And then we're going to find out why he was still alive in the sequels. But he kind of just... my 15, you know, I'm going to say it again. My 15, 16-year-old self, he was like, nah, you can't make it to filming that day. We're just changing the scene. I don't know. I don't know why I did it. I don't know why I do the things I do. But, yeah, these credits, one of my favorites, too, is where they have... I like the little drawings done by Magnus. Magnus does great with those drawings. He did a colored version in the Poodawg movie too, and those look great. Also, really upset that Scott Cawthon got uncanceled, because I could have put dedicated to Scott Cawthon at the end, but I said the creator of Five Nights at Freddy's, because he was canceled when I made this movie. But also this right here, this was also Zach's idea that kind of just got into the movie. And right here, you're hearing it right now. This is not canon, this scene, because from where we go in the future, none of this yap session for Zach makes zero sense. So far, what's the retcon total of this director's commentary? I think that's number 3 of the retcon total. I think there's been 3 things. No, wait. Let's see. I think that's number 3 of the retcons. Maybe 4. Who knows? 3 or 4 retcons I've done in this director's commentary alone. And I will tell you right here and now, like up until the Poodawg movie 2, there won't be any more retcons. I mean, maybe the Poodawg movie 2 will retcon something that I did in the past, but yeah. We have retconned multiple things that we have done in the Poodawg movie 1. And that's the fault of not writing a script. If you want to make a good movie, write a script. That's what I've learned from this, which who knows if I made a good movie. That's up to the interpretation of the viewers if I've made a good movie. But I don't know. I think I've definitely gotten better. I've definitely gotten better at making movies. And that's it. That is the end of the Poodawg movie 1. But yeah, so I hope you guys enjoyed this little yap sesh of mine where I kind of just talk about behind the scenes things. If not even if you guys care, because at this point I'm making these director's commentaries for myself because I've been wanting to do it. But hope you guys liked this one and are looking forward. I am going to do a Day of the Dog one in the upcoming weeks. It's not going to be like crazy far from now, but I will do one eventually, and it'll be on Poodawg Plus. If this video does really well, I'll try my hardest to get it out next week. But it's no promises, because this is just something I'm doing for me, just so I can like look back at like, because eventually these directors' commentaries will be old, and I'll just be like, wow, that was what I thought of the movie. Wow, I was so stupid and dumb. So I just like seeing the evolution of me and my channel and stuff. But officially today, I think this will be my final director's commentary on the Poodawg movie. And yeah, if I do director's commentaries ever again, might redo it, might not. Who knows? All right. Hope you guys enjoyed this director's commentary, and hope you guys enjoyed a look back at the passion project of a bunch of high school children, a bunch of 15, 16, 17, 18-year-old kids making movies for fun that evolved into something way bigger than themselves. But, all right, that's about it. See you next week.